Take a look at those GG bet odds. They're leaning massively in favor of Astralis. Tried to do that in time with the beat drop.
It wasn't like bad.
It wasn't great though, and you know, I think I hold myself to a higher standard, Trace. Maybe it's just me who thinks that, but maybe that's a reality. Dupree down here in lower tunnels. I ain't going to give you a chance to slam me down there, Trace. I can feel it coming, but it's not going to happen. Down in lower tunnels, Dupree and Magis going to be back-to-back, try to push on forward, flash through the mid doors, and that does send Alexaby back. Now, I talk about OG being slow starters. Alexaby usually starts slow and then arrives on our scenes in a big way. In this round, he gets one before getting dealt with by Glaive. Issa keeps this in a 3-on-3, but the B site still belongs to Astralis. They've got the bit of real estate they were looking for. Now they've just got to hold it down.
Yeah, nice fast mid to B play, but OG want to match the pace. They want to get back into the site. They don't wait for the plant, and they push the perimeter. It's not going to go well for them, though. Dropping in was Issa, and he'll get glocked at the back of the site. Now Valde, left alone, won't be able to hold his own. It's Glaive finishing him off, and Astralis taking the pistol round. You say they picked the T side, Trace. That is correct, and I think that's quite the interesting talking point here. We see, obviously, most teams lean towards CT when they get the choice, regardless of map. Dust2, very equal map, of course, but yeah, Astralis wanting to start T side, just confident in their own game plan, want to bring the heat, want to bring the aggression early on. They know this match is do or die. Really, every match is do or die for Astralis because they went down 0-2 in the group, only picking their first win up yesterday versus FaZe. So, yeah, I mean, the pressure is on for Astralis. They don't want to fall out of this stage. They want to get to that playoff, of course. I mean, really, they want to win the entire tournament, but right now they're going to be not only relying on their own performance, but also how some of these other games go, as is tradition with the round-robin groups here at the Pro League. Flash through the mid doors, and Astralis setting up for another mid to B play. Only one man here, and that man is pushing the tunnels. It's MBK.
Yeah, Dupree, on the other hand, leading the charge out middle. MBK taking a little bit of that damage here towards the B site. He's not going to be alone. He's got guests in the form of Zipex. And there you go. All the defenders in the B site are gone. OG have retreated to the hills of Dust2's long A. And now we have another round on the board for Astralis. Take it away, Harry.
I saw a lot of people commenting on the way I say Dupree. Dupree! Because I say like D-O-O Pree.
Oh man, accents are crazy, isn't it? It's almost like everyone speaks differently.
But I don't know. I didn't even really notice it, but then I listened to it back and I'm like, no, I do maybe sound a bit
you're right. Anyway, Dupra.
Dupra here, over towards Long. Glaive alongside him. Oh, sorry. Gla1v.
Gla1v, yeah.
That nade actually does nothing somehow. It looks like it just missed. Chipping its way off of the blue box. But can Gla1v get anything done? No.
Oh, the full
okay, no,
gets a kill.
This has to stop. Astralis, 2-0 on the board, and for OG, a pretty gut-wrenching call to have to make to save that. It's made even worse by the fact that they lose a few players. Like, that hurts a little bit because, you know, you never even gave the round a go, and you don't even take the 4 weapons and armor that you wanted to hold on out of it. Now, it's only the pistols and armor, so it's not really the end of the world for OG. They've still got, you know, 2 Deegs, a scout on Mantu, a bit to work with in this round. Mantu does get tagged, crossing by Glaive. And it might just be another B play here for Astralis. I say might. You know, like, it's not a B play right now.
This is a great beginning to the T side of this map, because what this does is a world of benefit for Astralis, because now OG, they've been B-rushed 3 rounds in a row. They're going to be leaning towards B in the first rifle round, and I am almost 100% sure Astralis won't touch the B site for at least a few more rounds after they've done this. You'd like to think they go back into these long plays, take some cat control while OG lean on the wrong side of the map, and yeah, Astralis really already probably somewhat in the heads of OG at the start of this game. They're certainly in their face in this round as Magis pushes down middle with a double, Dupree with another, and it's Magis with 3 to finish things off. 3-0 for Astralis. And where does it go here now for OG? What do they want to do? As they know these 3 B rushes have been a bit of a problem.
Yeah, they're going to have weapons on OG's side, and you're right, Hugo, on something there with Astralis. That little bit of conditioning is, I believe, the term that most of you would be looking for to call this sort of play from Astralis, to abuse B early on pretty much as many times as you can until one time you just go away, and that really puts a spanner in the works there. And it looks like that's going to be this round. Flashes and smokes out long, make it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flashes, I believe. right outside along, and that's going to be enough to force the back of Lexi B.
I love that. You see teams like Na'Vi, sometimes they go for these long takes, but they'll throw like 1 or 2 flashes, and the player will just either not get a fight or just die, you know? Astralis absolutely bombard long with flashes, and OG just don't get a chance to know how many players are out and about. It's a fast cat play with the kills behind him and just getting another entry. He's been so good for Astralis in this series so far, in this tournament rather, and in the series, certainly. We're only 4 rounds in though. And this is already a 4th for Astralis. OG are calling the same. They led 2 towards B in this round, and, well, Astralis didn't go B.
No, they didn't. But it's OG that does, because they've got nowhere else to hide. These flowers are getting stomped on by Astralis currently.
Golf club in the daisies.
Just straight up. Yeah, this is a booming start for the side of Astralis. This is more so the Astralis that we know to enter the server.
Yeah,
this
and that's the thing. Like, we saw that win that matchup versus FaZe yesterday, right, Trace? Like, they looked like the team that we wanted to see a lot more, you know? Like, Astralis, they started slow here in the second stage, and they really can't afford to. And they're really trying to make up for that now. And that's why, like, for OG, I think it's a bit unfortunate, because they're up against an Astralis, not the pretty lackluster looking Astralis that we had for the first few days. No, they're coming on the back of an Astralis that looks hot. You know, like this is an Astralis that embarrassed FaZe yesterday on Overpass.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, obviously, it's all perspective. You say lackluster Astralis, they took Na'Vi and Fnatic to 3 maps. They at least had interesting series. They got a lot of rounds. Falling apart at the end of the Na'Vi game, you could say.
I just remember how good Astralis
the standard that Astralis have set upon themselves is now so high, and they have to keep that up, right, for us to be, happy with them. But that's kind of cool, of course. But fact of the matter is, you look at this group and you look at how things shaping up. Fnatic, man, they've been a powerhouse. They're 3-1 up right now. We saw them in the grand finals of Pro League Season 10 against Mousesports. Talking of which, also 3-1 up with Na'Vi. Mousesports, Fnatic, Na'Vi, all sitting at the top of the group. Well, Astralis are the only exception to that rule.
With Astralis, if they do beat OG tonight, they will have pushed a little bit of distance between them and FaZe. And that's really what they're looking for here in this second group, because they didn't start off real hot here. They didn't get the start that they wanted. They got their first win last night over FaZe.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, FaZe are done, right? They can't qualify. They're out. They can't be in the top 3. They can't get to the next stage. All they're playing for is the bonus money, $5 per matchup. It's always a nice bit of chump change for FaZe. But in this round, Astralis are back to B, and there's 2 players here with a man in middle. That's Alexi. Molotov out. No smoke here for Astralis in the CT spawn. They will be throwing that in late. Delayed it. So they tried to force out utility from Alexi. Done exactly that. He's all out of it apart from a flash. And Astralis aren't committing here. Taking their time.
Yeah. They're going to leave Magisk out here to fight the good fight alone. He's not going to stay alive long. They were so worried about him that did leave Catwalk open. Glaive going for a heroic play there, jumping off. And he's going to pay the ultimate price for it. It's Alexa B there on the case. And we do have Astralis players inside this site. We do have them planning, which also leaves Dupree at the top of middle.
Yeah, he was going through long, but he actually bailed last second. So that means these players on the site need to stay alive or get kills. Well, neither of that happens for Device. He'll miss his shot. MBK finding the frag, and Zipex has got to hold the line on his own, essentially clutching with how far Dupree is away. And there's no way he can stop this defuse. He can try and give it a go on the catwalk, but with 10 points of health, likely just going to fall back and save. Give OG their first on this CT side. Yeah, that was an unfortunate one for Astralis, right? They try and take middle. They fail there. They go back up towards Catwalk on a fake. Glaive drops CT, gets wrecked by Alexi B. Great round for him with 2 kills. But if Glaive gets that kill, then Astralis, I mean, the world's their oyster. They can commit to that A take, and they can have Glaive and CT cutting off a long play or rotations, or they could even go right back into middle, drop off Cat, and take mid to B like they were setting up for at the beginning of the round. Unfortunately, that 1 kill that Alexi B gets really hamstrings Astralis into just committing on Catwalk. With only a bomb plant, they can't hold on to it. 4-1 lead, though. Double AWP out for OG.
Yeah, one of them over here at the B site did belong to MBK, but did there is the operative word. That means it's past tense, and that's because he's been dropped. Magisk gets shut down over here, or rather shuts down Alexa B over here in middle. Issa trying to hold the line, flashed off the angle just for a moment, and already this is a save round for OG. They can't even attempt this 2-on-5.
Astralis haven't even planted. They're already hunting. Look at Zipex. He's in T-spawn. He's looking for kills. And the bomb's only just getting planted now. So, yeah, Astralis, I mean, they are in full control right now. They are looking good. The flashes are nice. Issa doesn't get given a chance. And that's the thing for OG, right? Like, they've played a lot of teams. They've played against some of the best, but right now, you know, if you again go against Astralis on top form where they're hitting their shots and they're playing together well like they do, I mean, you don't get a second opportunity if you're Issa there. Insta-kill, insta-die. Those are your options.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Astralis, the reason why they were the best for so long is just because as a team, not as 5 individuals, but as a team, they are so good at keeping consistency and setting each other up, right? And like, you know, you never really feel like you have a huge divide in like kills over on this team, right? Everyone's chipping in, everyone's pulling their weight. And for OG, you know, like you look at some of the scalps they've been able to take, right? You think about teams like, not Fnatic, rather, they actually lost that one. But like Na'Vi, you know, I think they're a really good example of one where we've had to see, you know, Simple doing the bulk of the work over there. And Electronics had some like hit and miss series. And so when like the 1- and 2-man and Na'Vi aren't in play, OG have been able to find success. But here, Astralis starting to build back up this, this kind of usual performance that they have as a 5-man unit. It's pretty scary for OG, but a good test for this team at the same time.
Yeah. Especially on Dust2, which is a map that, you know, Astralis, like, certainly not a top 3 Dust2 team really right now. Like, they lose to Fnatic on a Hero of the Pro League, they lose to Na'Vi, they beat Vitality, but so did OG. So, yeah, you know, OG getting their best map against a pretty all-right middle ground one for Astralis, and Astralis already showing them what they're made of. Issa gone, MBK is close, tucked in the corner. They shouldn't check it. He gets away with the spray, 2 kills in the tunnels, and he has a Molotov to delay a push as well. A pusher isn't coming though. Zipex has gone back with the bomb. His teammates are up on Cat and Long, and that's a good timing. Great flick from Mantu to respond. He gets a double as well. Dropping Magist coming up for the trade. It's now Zipex alone, and he can't get around the corner either. Mantu holding the line with his AWP and showing up for OG.
Yeah, good hold for them there. Barely gets the kill off on the guy on long A, but he does it, and you have to give him credit for that. It's this shot. Pre was a little occupied with Valde, but you can imagine that crosshair did not have to go very far considering that fight. And OG put a second one on the board. Still weapons for Astralis. So, what do they have up their sleeve? Device running straight down Fast Cat with the AWP out. He wants to get into this fight right here in the middle right away.
Oh!
And he's going to get it. Just not from where he thought from. Oh, well.
This is a pitch perfect round for OG. I mean, look, Astralis have long, nothing else. They lost their only player out in middle. A man advantage with Device taken out of this round. And OG, they're even pushing. This is a ballsy call with a 5-on-4, but I like the confidence, and Astralis might not expect it at this rate. It's just tucked lower. Glaive, oh, I think he just saw the man at the top of middle. There's a flashbang. OG being loud and proud about it. Alexi B is outside the long doors, but I think he's realized that his time is up. With no opportunity being given, he's going to fall back. That will at least scare Astralis. They're now worried about this potential mid-push, and you can see they've left long. Minute on the clock. It's not a worry for the time being, but what this does mean is Astralis, they're probably just going to commit, and they're going to be walking into a very heavy setup from OG, who are poised for this long play.
Yeah, you're right. Astralis really having to get down to the nitty-gritty to figure out. Glaive with a good start. Spamming MBK through the door, gets a second fight from Issa, and he's not going to win that one. So 3-on-4, Magist, Dupree, and Zipex, they're going to have to go up long now. This is the only option they have at this point. With 30 seconds left on the clock, all 3 of them creeping on up, and they're not going to be alone. Ooh. OG are here in numbers.
Oh, and Mantu dodging these shots, but not for long. Dupree will lay him to rest, but there's still players here. Alexa B hidden over in Gandalf, and Dupree does not realize. So a 3rd round on the board for OG, and that's a pretty like horrid situation for Astralis across the board. When Glaive dies down here in mid, he sees that Issa has pushed the lower tunnels. He sees that there's a player on catwalk. He just kills a man in CT. And so at that point, you know, when he starts to get shot from the lower tunnels, he knows that the OG know it's A, right? Like if Issa has cleared out the lower tunnels, Astralis know they're walking into a stack, but with only 30 seconds left, they physically couldn't have changed anything about that. They just had to win their fights head up. And they weren't able to do that. Mantu's been looking really good thus far for OG. Really hit the ground running in this series. And that's what they're going to need if they want to long it out here on Dust2. Even more damage from Mantu.
Oh. They even have a player
fair.
waiting for that. Issa's meant to be getting that kill, but that's not even like a full peak. dupreeh just jiggles and one-deeks him.
Oh, dupreeh looking for more. He's brought down very low through these doors, and with Issa on the other side, if he tries to get up onto the Xbox, that should be dupreeh dealt with. Issa, there we go, nice and easy. dupreeh gets mopped up. Issa trying to pad these stats, but yeah, not going to commit to that.
No, don't let Astralis back into this round here if you're OG. Yeah, just give them the room they want, right? They have to go for a plant, and they're just not going to get through either of these tight choke points that are, you know, the catwalk to A or even the tunnels to B. So as long as you lock down mid and don't let Astralis split his sight, I think it should be fine for OG. But Device, I like this play. Going through this smoke with 4 health, nothing to lose, everything to gain. No one's watching it right now, but Alexi, while he's focused on the catwalk, timing can allow him to spot a player out middle. That's not where Astralis are ending up, though. Backup Cat with 3, looking to just pound the A site. Alexi, this should be even maybe a triple kill for him.
That flash is not going to start things off in the way that Astralis wanted to. Here comes Alexi over there on the ramp, gets a good shot off on Device, doesn't even see him. Now they're going to try to ping away at their heads, and it's going to be Alexi that does it, just as Hugo forecasted. We're going to see a 4th on the board for OG. Albeit in that round, Astralis made OG work for it. Didn't just run out there because they had pistols and died. I mean, Magis did, but other than that, they did grab some kills for themselves. Boom.
Yeah, Issa doesn't even get a chance to trade that. That's unfortunate. Cross shot, not connecting. Only 1 AWP for OG this time, but 1 might be enough. Mantu flashed out on long, has to fall back, waits for the timing shot, but isn't given an opportunity. Astralis have the long control, but if you notice, dupreeh's outside B. Last time they went for this kind of setup with a heavy long take early, Device got picked in middle. Astralis playing a little bit safer this time. They don't want to lose players early on, but they might not have a choice in the matter. Alexi turns, and Zipex gets both kills down lower. There's even a man up top, and surely his time is coming to an end as well. dupreeh ready for it, and that's a safe round for Astralis, just taken off the back of a couple of opening kills.
The thing that's so great about that as well is now OG are definitely going to think twice before pulling this aggression in again, right? You've realized now that Astralis, they very much adjusted to this, and they're just holding for you to go walking into their crosshairs. And, you know, I think OG, one of the reasons it's been so successful thus far is that they have been going for these early fights. And now that's something that might not come through in the following round. OG, with just Valde and Mantu left standing, don't really fancy their odds of being able to hold on to this round, but can they offer anything up? Valde over here in mid. Gonna have to go Dane on Dane if he wants to do anything for OG in this round, and there's a bit of an exchange. Valde comes out worse. Mantu, lots of bodies here.
Oh my.
1, but that's it. Thankfully, Magisk is there. There was a world in which Mantu just pops off. If Magisk doesn't have his gun out, that round could have gotten hairy. Now,
Valde has pushed the door on no HP, and that's going to be another round for Astralis. But yeah, you have to look at the big picture here. Those B pushes could certainly catch up for OG there. If they try to say, hey, you know what, they're going to stop going B to give some of that conditioning, well, guess what? Astralis is going to wait around. You can't even investigate it if you're OG.
And of course, those mid pushes in that round for OG, right? That's somewhat justified off the back that they think it's the same round for Astralis, right? They think there's 4 or 5 players out long. That's not the case. It was only 3 committing to that position with 2 lurkers. So, yeah, that's by design for Astralis. Trying to read OG, and they do a good job of it, finding their 6th on this T side after a streak of 3 for the CTs. Oh, Issa might be late to the party here. Molotov does go through, but he gets mollied back as well. That's smoke for Astralis. Look at what they've done with it. Look at where that is dupreeh's gotten to. He's outside the window already. MBK is going to be on a chopping block right now, and Astralis sharpening their knives as they enter the site. There's the kill. Glaive doesn't even need the mid-lug. dupreeh just sits in the window as a bit of a turret, and he can cut off these CT rotations. Device doing the same down lower, and Zipex holding onto the spawn side as well. Everywhere OG go, they meet death and destruction. Astralis looking for 7, and that bomb plant might just solidify. There's already saves going on.
Yeah, I don't believe that this is going to be a fight that Alexi B wants to continue to try to take. Not only did he start fighting one person, now there are 3 people there for the side of Astralis. So, lucky to get away with his life, and OG are certainly tucking their tail. It's going to be Astralis on 7. Good heads-up play. They get the player in window should they need it. I mean, MBK really did work himself into a closet.
Yeah, I almost wonder if we just see Astralis go back to this B site a little bit more, you know, like just to fully condition OG into overstacking it when Astralis do finally try and go for an A-side play. You know, Manti has just been the real threat here for Astralis, it feels like. In a lot of these rounds that OG have picked up, he's been there laying down the pain with the AWP. He's 2-0 in opening duels thus far. And at least one of those 2 has been a multi-kill, right? So his impact definitely being felt by Astralis, and so in this round, it's a 3-man stack over here towards long for OG. They're going to look to take these fights, and that's a decision they might come to regret with Zipnix firing on all cylinders. Manti trying to hold down the line, and he's kind of looking fine. He does get away, throws the flash high, but it doesn't matter because all across the map elsewhere in favor of Astralis, the kills have come in. And Manti beginning this rotation round to the B site, flashed out from middle. Device is holding for this cross. And Manti, it's not Device, it's Glaive rather, but
that doesn't even seem fair. It's just like deleted more across the entire map. That's scary looking Astralis right there.
Yeah, right. For the side of like MBK, Issa, Valde, Alexi B, these guys have been on the world stages. These guys have played against the best teams for some time now. You know, for someone like Manti, he's been around playing CS for a considerable amount of time in the German team, for example. But, you know, I mean, this is even something we talked to him the other day about as well. Like, he's not had a chance to play against teams like Astralis. So this is going to be a real trial by fire. And even though he's holding his own, I'm sure he's figuring out how hard it really is to beat a team like this. Now, in this round, Astralis have just walked into B, and there's no one there. OG gamble stacking the A side of things, and now Astralis, all they've got to do is lock down the perimeter, right? Send the guard dogs out and start taking corpses.
And it looked like OG wanted to get a fast cat going there, but that turned out to be a complete blunder. They only get 1 guy up. So they back off and cancel that and do end up staying towards the A site. Doesn't matter, because this bomb is planted by Zipex, and it's over there on the B site. So no reindeer games.
Oh, that's something, but ultimately meaningless when Astralis have all the money in the world.
yeah, not to mention Valde's hardly going to stay alive.
Oh,
okay.
Hello.
Uh-oh, Dupree.
Oh,
He gets shut down as well.
not bad for OG, yeah.
Didn't really mean much to begin with, but this little chunk of damage is certainly nice for OG. Still, plenty of money for Astralis, and that's going to allow all the rebuys to come through in the world. So, OG using their first tactical timeout, brought to you, of course, by the US Air Force. They want to try and figure out what's going wrong and how they can shut down this pretty dominant Astralis squad thus far. You know, when this was like hanging in the balance and it was 5-4, OG like nipping at the heels of Astralis, it started to feel like it was going to get competitive. But then suddenly Astralis just chained together 4, for the most part, all over towards that B side of the map again.
Well, think about the change, right? After OG win those 3 rounds in a row, Astralis, they were off of a lot of long takes with aggression for OG. Then Astralis tried that round where they just lurk and they take long with 3, but they sit Zipex in lower, they sit Dupree and T-Spawn holding tunnels, and they get like 3 kills in 10 seconds because OG just feels so confident that Astralis have committed. And, well, that's not the case. Astralis have just been on a hot streak since that point, 4 in a row on the T side, showing what they're made of. Manti back on the AWP, out on long. Zipex, how on earth does he get that pick? Through the smoke, through the fire, no flash needed, he takes down Alexi B. Mantu's up on catwalk, and he's got to hold the line down, gets 1. Molotov down in the CT spawn, they're pushing him, they're jiggling, and he can't find the shot. Magisk is on fire as well. It feels like every Astralis player has come alive today. 2 kills up on the catwalk, that's a 10th round, again guaranteed rather. Dust2 continues to feel like a big inferno, Harry, with 2 or 3 kills deciding the outcome of the round.
Yeah, a lot of flames going up and around here, huh, Harry?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. No, it's Astralis spitting straight fire in the server. Device even trying to hunt these players down. Now, Doesn't want to risk giving the AWP over. Zipnik's going to come in to join him. So this way, you've at least got someone to watch over Device's AWP if things don't go his way. And if they do take these guns away from OG have got nothing into this last round. So this is actually pretty huge if they are able to do anything. MBK removing that one man. That will force Astralis into this site. Issa gets dealt with. MBK, I think he's going to be just fine.
That's it, though. That's one gun. He has 37. He can drop one more M4 over, but that's about best case scenario for OG coming into the last round of the half. Astralis have not slowed down on this T side. You can see where they picked it on the map pick of OG.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, in a flash, we found ourselves on what is half point here for the half itself.
Yeah, auto snipers and Krieg's out in the last round of the half as well. I think Zipex has a Krieg below him, so he's going to grab that one. And you can see these are the first Kriegs we're going to see all map long. Astralis didn't want to give them to OG, so they buy them in the last round of the half when, you know, this one's already decided. Just to make this 11th round just a little bit easier.
As if it could get any easier. Astralis are in charge right now. They are wearing the pants. It's going to be Glaive with the bomb. Device already heads up with the B pick. Just waiting it out. He's not alone. Majiska's there to support. Dupree out middle, but this bomb is all the way back towards T-spawn. They are just waiting for an opening, and Astralis want to then exploit it. But they haven't been given it yet.
Yeah, keep your eye on this double catwalk setup as well between Issa and Mantu. They're hoping that this is going to be the recipe to success, and Dupree is on the Xbox, so there's always a chance that this peak will come through, and it looks like it might now. With Device not finding that kill over towards B, they're hoping that's prompted some rotations. Dupree going to spring this little trap over on short side, and now Astralis, while they know there's two players here, there's not really much they can look to do against it. Luckily enough, Device has kept things even. Bit of an awkward exchange there between Zepex and Valdet over at long. And that will keep Astralis in the driver's seat. Now out through long, OG starting to hedge their bets and starting to aggress players in through the mid doors. They might just end up feeding the beast that is Device.
Yeah, look at this mid to B smoke that has caused so much attention to be drawn here from OG.
Oh dear. Device ready to close out the half here. I want to talk about Zipex as well. He's been so good at getting behind blue dumpster out long off the back of spawn with flashbangs and just hiding there until OG wide peek him. And well, that is it. Zipex comes in late from long to clear it up, and Astralis find 11 at the end of the first half. Will this be a blowout, or will OG have anything left in the tank? You're going to have to find out. Join us after the break for the second half.
Yeah. Black sheep. I don't even write no more, man.
Tell him, yo,
God.
can't you come over?
On my contract commando. Pulling up a clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. No. Think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my tent. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, improve it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, improve it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Get substituted. You're not recruited, cause you're too damn scared to use it. The truth is, you're useless. I'm ruthless. I've proved this. Keep capping, I'ma leave you toothless. You're so dumb to choose this. Ain't gone outside, I make it work. I'm in my bag, that's every purse on my back. Is that your girl? She got it. She make it twerk. And why you mad? I got her first. You say you rap, you got a verse. I say the swag, you probably hurt. Back to the lab, you gotta search. On my contract commando. Pulling up a clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. No. Think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my tent. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, improve it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the Why these boys so stupid? Counting me out now, I'm counting my money. I'm probably gonna cop me a new wrist. Y'all gon' think I'm a nuisance. New style, new me, who this? Yep, I made some improvements. Me and the gang been bowling. Your shawty gon' think we the coolest. LSA say we got clips. We bout to make it a movie. I make a hit I can't miss. Damn, the charts might sue me. The way I be stacking my chips, stack it up. Probably the bank gon' sue me. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid, cause your mans can't fool me.
On my country commando, pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. No, think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my 10. Watch your man.
Welcome back to the ESL Pro League Season 11, fully underway. We are in Stage 2, and now watching Astralis versus OG, where Astralis, well, guess what? They're running the show. They are the producer, the director, and everyone in between, and now OG just that 4 points up on the board. We're going to see if they have a response, starting with the side of a T-pistol. Over here, I've got Harry and Hugo, myself being Trace, and we've also got some GG.bet odds that are going to show you exactly how to feel about the rest of this matchup. Device going for a quick pick here in middle early on. Pushing out into lower. Nailed some damage on the Mantu, but not enough to stick around. Meanwhile, it's the rest of OG inside of these upper B tunnels.
Yeah, OG are the interns making coffee right now. They're hoping they can rise their ranks through this company, but Astralis don't want any company towards a B-bomb site. It's only one man here. Magisk is waiting at the back of the site. He's called for rotations, and at least Dupree is now here for assistance. Astralis heavy set up as OG commit to this B play. Big kill from Glade, but it's double trade. Dupree only with one at the back of the site, and now disadvantaged are Astralis as they have to set up for a retake with no kit.
It's too early to say, but they really could run it all the way back here, Harry.
They could, and a pistol round would be one hell of a start for OG at the very, very least. Zipex and Device still alive, though. Well, Zipex is still alive, though. And, yeah, well, OG, they'll get the pistol round. 5-11. That B-side play works wonders. Astralis, no money. Probably gonna force. That's my input.
Nice, man. Well, yeah, I'd say that there's a real good chance for it right here. And then, yeah, that's what we're going to see. Two scouts, Glaive and Dupree, are going to be wielding those. And the CT setup. We saw just how volatile the Astralis can be on their T side. We got a good taste of that in the first half. But if OG make them look like interns, that's a statement, isn't it, Harry? What would be your intern name, Harry, if you had to like make one up?
My intern name? It's probably just my real name on account of I wouldn't let them call me anything other than that.
I'm just saying, man, you know, if you had to like really get in there. I personally, I would probably go for like a Tom or like an Eric maybe.
Tom or Eric, yeah, I think, yeah that could work.
It could.
Why not both?
Why not both? Yeah, put them together. Just call me Tom, Eric. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
That'll be 3 lattes, please, Tom Eric.
Oh, Device, man. He's not going on a coffee run anytime soon. Instead, more of a coffin run. As he puts a man in one. Zipex, thank you, man. Zipex down here in CT, hidden behind this smoke, waiting patiently. Magisk is also being very patient, and they say good things come to those who wait, but for Magisk, it's just some bullets. And Zipex actually still alive. Somehow, some way, is able to get out of danger. But oh my goodness, he's done a lot of damage through the smoke, but no one's dying. And now, suddenly, people died. Zipex out through the window, falls to Valda, and this leaves Dupree all alone in a 1v3. Now, everyone is a one-shot to this scout. I would love to see Dupree run in there like a mad lad and get the job done, but obviously...
That's not the world we live in.
No.
But it is the world where OG give themselves a 6th, and we see Astralis. Well, not a whole lot of money to work with here yet. It's just Dupree with the scout, and he's looking for exits. Don't think anyone's going to come play today. They're all looking towards that CT spawn area.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point because the round's done, but OG, they plant for tunnels, and then they play 3 mid just sitting outside the doors, so almost like baiting dupreeh in, giving him the site control, but he won't take it. He will just save this scout, as said. 6 rounds, that's 2 in a row for OG coming into the T side. The comeback, well and truly, has begun. But how far will Astralis let this run amok, or will they put a stop to it sooner rather than later? It's another eco to give away 7, though. Really just relying on dupreeh to soften up these targets, let the pistols finish off the job, or vice versa. However you get the job done, really. The fastest way.
Only the best, but anything will do.
Yeah.
There you go. That's kind of the MO. Yeah. MBK wants to shoot his USP down middle. Doesn't have a gun of his own currently.
Yeah, that ain't his. He's yoinked that one.
Yeah, I suppose. But he does know that the money situation not necessarily there for Astralis, so no players on head armor. And only dupreeh with some Kevlar itself, so that's an okay purchase for this round. That's an okay grab, so to say. Trying to clear their path up long A. They're not going to be alone. It's going to be dupreeh and Zep there to watch it, and that was an oopsie. Baldy's flashbang. It's Mantu on his way out.
Yeah, these flashes, although OG haven't really done much behind it, it's made Astralis pull over towards its A site. Look at the setup towards elevator. 4 players there, including dupreeh on the catwalk. So the utility's good for OG. They haven't pushed anyone behind it, though. They're going to go back towards B, and this is the perfect read from OG. Astralis, gamble, wrong place, wrong time. Issa, ooh, might give away an AK there, but he does have Valde to try and trade. Does he want to risk holding on to this position, though? Mantu's run through middle, and he's got rid of Glaive. That opens up the B play, and BK, stopping them from getting aggressive on the catwalk, is looking for the AK dropped by his teammate, but instead the kills will do. Device gone as well. It's a 7th round for OG. Got a little bit scary there at the end, but they will deal with the pistols of Astralis, but now comes the difficulty, I guess, getting through the rifle rounds. And with 4 rounds ahead, OG have got a lot to do.
Yeah, still a long climb back to the top, and now with these weapons, double op even, dupreeh and Device are going to go for it. Let's see how this battle of middle pays out, or plans out. Pans out? Jesus. Whichever one it might be. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Nobody's going to be the victor there either.
Well, OG playing with the pans and looking to cook up a storm in this one. Kriegs are out in full force.
Oh, hell of a return spray from MBK. Now, Astralis have stacked very, very heavily over here towards the B side of the map. They've got dupreeh with this secondary AWP holding down middle. OG not looking like they want to mess with the B site right now. They've got a Valde floating around over towards long. MBK starts to depart from the tunnels. He's actually gone back, so there's always a chance that OG actually rotate late back into this B site. The fact that MBK is still floating around here in the tunnels, just keep our eye on this minimap. We're going to see one of these players, be it number 2 or number 4, that's MBK or Valde, move from this position. And that will give us a bit of a hint as to where this hopes to end up for OG. With MBK coming back into the lower tunnels, he can go up onto the catwalk or join Valde over at the long side, but I imagine they leave Valde to do that solo. Instead, it might just be a 4-man catwalk group up. They both pull away. They rejoin OG over here on the short side. Well, there were 3 players at B until moments ago for Astralis. Glaive has actually rotated round and now sits here in CT. This is a very slow creep into the bomb site for OG. And they might come to regret this. This has given Astralis so much time to get set up. 15 seconds now. They've got to get into this bomb site. And there's the lineup for Device. Mantu gets tagged through the body of his teammate. Ooh, Mantu's gone. But the bomb does get found, at least for Valde. They're holding for when he stands up.
It's the ace.
Oh my goodness. And it doesn't go the way of Device. Magis gets the kill. So he only manages to get 4. Not quite the ace for Device. But I think he's going to be happy with that nonetheless.
Yeah, rounds around really for Astralis at this point. And Device, he just sits back at catwalk as they feed the beast. They push one by one. He even forced that first kill to Alexi with a flash bang from Glaive. Device just like jiggling into the angle, slow walking. But it works its wonders, Trace.
This is that first kill on catwalk. I believe it's on Issa. Prompts him to fall all the way back and play it very conservatively. Play it very safe. And Yes, that was a double in terms of, you know, legging the other guy, but...
And then finish off the job the next shot.
Yeah, it's scary times.
Well, Valde trying to take the long spawn, not the best spawn, so he will smoke the Molotov and just try and commit with it. Device pushed back by the flashbangs, but he sits on the car. Dangerous position. He has a smoke to escape, but if OG want, they can kill him here for sure, even without the Molotov. Just throwing the molly, waiting for him to smoke it, and then waiting out said smoke can be enough of a job done. Let's see if Man2 throws that utility. As Molotovs are available, they will go through. Device just gets shot through the car, so no opportunity to strike in this one. Astralis reacts by taking Catwalk. It will, of course, inevitably leave them without the A site, but they can set up for retake and deny any chance of a flank from OG. That's not possible now with MBK joining the long take. And this should be a good situation for OG, but Astralis can certainly give this a go on the retake if they find a kill, and they don't. That might even force a save inevitably.
Yeah, they're going to grab that op right there that fell from Dupree, and by they, I mean Zipex. This is that save. Astralis is going to tuck and go back into this B site, hold on to what they've got. Doesn't really matter if they make it or not. They're going to give it a shot in the next round.
Yeah, and as long as they've got each other, that might be enough for Astralis here. 3 players staying alive, and including this AWP and Krieg in that, they will be able to get a full investment in the following round. Now, OG, this was a pretty important one for them to pick up. You know, Valde was the only guy who had some residual cash floating around. So this is going to allow these buys to keep coming for OG. That's nice. Look into the future for this OG squad as they try and right their wrongs from the first half. Now, let's not forget, right, coming in to this second half, it was originally 11-4 in favor of Astralis. OG, they've certainly closed this gap down, and all that's left to do is continue in this fashion. With all this reinvestment coming in for Astralis, that those bank accounts are in the danger zone here for the CT side. Issa holding the AWP down through mid. MBK.
Oh, man.
That's brutal. Gets hit by the incendiary. It stops him in his tracks while he's fully flashed. That, in turn, also blocks Alexa B in the door. And Glaive and Zipex just mow them both down. So that's a horrible start to the round.
Can we get a round restart, please? Can we just, we crashed. We crashed in long. We crashed. We're not live.
Yeah, really unfortunate turn of events there at long for OG. Gives them just 3 players alive in this round. They're going to retry their luck here. It's going to be Zipex waiting ever so patiently. Here we go. Krieg 1, Krieg 2, Kenny Krieg 3. Man2 decides not to peek with the rest of the team. Makes sense. He's trying to hold this other corner, but no one's home.
I love how Astralis get that spray down. They just leave Zipex there, and the most gimpy one, like, off angle ever. You're never going to be ready for that position if you're OG. And, you know, maybe with an M4 you get 1 and traded, but with a Krieg, well, of course it's 2 for the price of none. Man2 has to trade. They do line up for a second with a flashbang, good, but no response from Man2. And Zipex takes him down, finishing off the 3K in the round. It's going to be a locked-in one for Astralis, up to 13.
Easy peasy, says the Danes.
It's actually 4 in the round for Zipex, of course, because he got one of the spray down kills that long. So, good effort.
And about the only play that Man2 had was throwing them flashes up in the air. They were trying to tighten down on their grip of this last player on OG, so respect.
Bye. Ooh, nice dodge.
Yeah, Dupree legging Alexi B's. He runs off into lower tunnels. The rest of this side of OG is going to be set up here towards long. They didn't see Device cross over, or maybe they did. And the flame really does leave a lot to question. Apparently not. Walks right into Device's crosshair. MBK is the first victim in the round.
Yeah, Device trapped in the pit. Certainly not where you want to find yourself with this AWP, so he's going to try and get out of there. T-side, AWP in pit, great. CT side, AWP in pit, not so ideal.
Unless you're looking at the site for a retake, right?
And then already things have gone sideways.
Yeah, you know, then already the round probably isn't looking great to begin with. OG, though, they want to try and right their wrongs. You know, they've grouped up over here outside of B, and they're thinking, all right, A didn't really work, but let's see what this B site has to offer. Well, spoilers, 3 players for Astralis here. OG might be walking into one hell of a stack. That said, if they're able to beat it, if they're able to overcome it, even in a 2-on-2, I think you see Astralis save. So let's see if OG can break down these barriers, because right now they've hit it and they've broken into a billion pieces. It's just Man2 left. in a 1v5, and he might just want to think about staying alive, because for OG...
What?
Glaive
1G.
actually dying
Yeah,
in
that's
his
a
own
straight up
Molotov
1G
there.
moment there. Straight up.
Happens to the best of us.
One glaive.
One glaive.
I mean, it's already in his name. Oh, yeah, not going to happen. I like that play for Astralis where they have Dupree just spamming with the orb. What that does is that baits OG in. They're thinking, okay, the dude watching us has an orb. So what we do is we time our play off the back of his shots. We either, you know, peek initially when he's just shot, knowing he won't be ready, or we wait till he's fired 10 bullets and has to get a reload in. So Dupree spamming, OG go, and then Glaive swings to just do the damage up close. They weren't ready for that position. So nice bait and switch for Astralis. Even if that didn't work, they had 3 players inside of the site, including a 3rd man up in the windows. So, yeah, good luck to OG in this one. They're just going to B-rush it, storm the perimeter. Dupree with the orb, not really known for its multi-kills here against the Glocks and P250s, so he's going to have to give it up and hope the rifles can get a little bit more done. That grenade will stop the bomb. Goodbye. Actually does get planted, but MBK dead right after. Retake is up for Astralis. It should just be easy.
Oh, goodness, Glaive!
What is going on, Glaive? Are you okay, my friend?
Oh.
Glaive, is everything okay? I was a bit...
You think Kierby has shaky aim?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
take a look at that one.
That one was definitely to rival KRB. So, interestingly enough, that
Mouse
does put
stuck.
Astralis up to map point, 15-8. OG's map pick, but we know one thing here at the Pro League, fellas. What is it?
All the rounds, Trace. We love to get comebacks. We love 3-map series. We love 12-3 halves ending with a 3rd map.
It's not happening. Glaive has like studied the art of being a hummingbird and is just looking to slowly vibrate his way to victory. Now, please no one ever take that out of context. Dupree down here in middle, gonna get legged crossing over at the double doors. And he will retreat to safety. OG, they've got themselves some mid control, and that's quite a bit to work with in this round. Now, what are they looking at? Oh, look at number 7. Look at Glaive. Creeping in through this long smoke. Oh, he has a feeling. He has an inkling. Now, there is a man holding this. That's Valder. How long are OG going to dedicate to this position, though?
Does any man have the timing? It would be Glaive.
That's what I was going to say, right? Glaive, he seems to know a thing or two about Counter-Strike.
Some say. Is Device get flash him out? That's kind of cool. Ballsy play. Won't really work either. Deval did not flash at all. You know, I like the attempt for Astralis. It's a 15-8 play, isn't it?
I don't really think that flash is going to blind anyone.
No, if
apart
they were
from, like, an
T-spawn
AWP
holding,
T-spawn.
yeah. It was just too wide, right?
The thing is, like, I don't really think OG are ever going to elect to hold it in that fashion. And secondly, the flash just gives away that the push is coming in, right? So
I like the idea.
Device flashed off the angle and now has to deliver a hell of a lot. He gets himself one, but he's quick on his feet, and now a man pushing close. Issa does manage to deal with Device. Magisk left in the 1v2, but he's dropped the bomb and he's dropped Mantu with it, looking for the kill, and Magisk gets it done. Astralis, they'll take OG's map pick in a dominant fashion, 16-8, as they move 1-0 up in this series. Overpass on the cards next, and we know how good Astralis have looked on this map as of late. OG, they've got their work cut out for them. Can they pull it back? You're going to have to join us after a break to find out.